Hello, welcome back. I'm Olive Von Topp, burlesque performer and empowerment coach, and I am talking about the 4 C's to changing your thoughts. So we're on the second C. If you haven't watched the first one, go back and watch that video. So second C is to get curious. There's actually a few C's in this one. So first of all, get curious. You've collected all your thoughts. You're like starting to pay attention to them, and now you really want to put on your critical lens and start asking some questions about where these thoughts come from. So where did I learn this? Whose thoughts are these? Where did they come from? Maybe how is the thought came from your family of origin or perhaps your peers, and where do these messages exist in our society? So where are these thoughts coming? And then you can even get critical and ask yourself, like, why does society want me to believe this? Who benefits from me having this thought? And what sort of systems do I uphold by having these thoughts? It's just a really exciting thing to be thinking about. It's just, where do they come from and why? And then you can you can challenge the thoughts, and you can ask yourself, is this accurate? Is it true? And do I want to believe it? Because the thing is, we actually get a choice about whether we believe thoughts or not. These thoughts are so deeply ingrained in us that we just think, that it is what it is, that this is face value, but they're all socialized. We're not born hating ourselves. We're not born hating our bodies. We're not born thinking we're not enough. We're not born thinking that we're stupid. These are learned things. And so we get to ask ourselves, like, do I want to believe this? Is it serving me to believe this? And do I have a choice of a different thought? Perhaps I want to believe something else. And so I'm not talking about like ignoring any thought you have and not thinking like a negative thought. Like, I'm not talking about toxic positivity where you have a thought and then you're like, no, I don't want to believe that. I'm just going to think happy thoughts. I'm talking about like your core negative beliefs, the things that keep coming up for you over and over, or thoughts that you just aren't serving you anymore, And sometimes we want to have these thoughts. Sometimes, if we lose our job or we lose a relationship, like we want to, for at least a while, have certain thoughts about it that create feelings. Like we want to be sad, we want to grieve. But when it starts to perhaps be getting in the way of us moving forward or making, the changes that we want and need to make for our lives, then that's the time to be asking, like, do I want to believe this thought? And then knowing that you have the choice. It's simple, but it's not easy. And I'll talk about it more in the next video.